Okay, good morning again. Welcome to the Mind, Body, Spirit online meetup group. Today's topic is all about visibility in your business and how are you getting any visibility and brand awareness out there. We want to talk about different ways to do that and have people that are on the call today share what's working for them if they want to chime in later on this. And my name is Liz Garcia. I'm founder of the Mind, Body, Spirit Network, and I help conscious service-based solopreneurs and small businesses reimagine, up-level, and leverage their online marketing efforts so they can get far greater visibility than trying to go it alone. So I'm going to share my screen today, and we shall get started here. So I always have problems with presentations for whatever reason. All right, visibility. You can't grow your business without it. And let's find out a little bit more about this topic. So how can you get more visibility from your business? And we had some great ideas already today, and we're gonna get into them as we move along here and just kind of reemphasize other great ways to grow your business. So we're gonna start with the basics. And I have a echoing going on. Are you guys all hearing the echoing? Shoot. Someone's ringing bells. All right, I don't know what's going on with the echoing. That's no good. All right, well, we're just going to continue with the echo. Hopefully it will go away. So I want to share a story about location of your business. And this can relate to location remotely too, or virtually online. And I owned a beautiful home furnishing store in Newbury Street in Boston, which is like the retail place to have a business in Boston. And when I first moved there, I had this gorgeous brownstone. You know, if you can envision, brownstones of New York City or Boston or Chicago, you know what I'm talking about. They have these beautiful bump out picture windows and these beautiful brownstone steps going up into the stores. And I had this location I thought was just fabulous and gorgeous because they had this great picture window. But I didn't realize what a detriment that location really was until I moved to a location that had no steps to get up to it. And in order to get into the store, you had to climb at least 10 brownstone steps to get into it. And it didn't even cross my mind that that would be a hindrance until I moved to a street level location where people could walk right in. I had giant picture windows and those duck tours. I don't know if you guys have been on a duck tour in a city. It's pretty cool. It's an old army amphibious boat. So you get in this giant boat that's on the street, and you drive around the street of Boston and you have a tour of Boston, and then they dump you in the harbor in the boat. So you go from land to sea, and those duck tours, which probably had, I don't know, 100 or more people on the duck boat, would come to a stoplight in front of my store every day. Talk about a big location change. And there was no stairs. Like, this is a metaphor for what's blocking you from getting visibility. And the 10 steps of stairs that people had to come up to get into my store was a hindrance, especially if you only had an hour to get, an hour's lunch break. People having a lunch break, they come into the store, they had to go up 10 steps, they weren't going to do it. So you got to pay attention to where are the obstacles to you getting visibility. So if you serve people locally, I do want to address that because everyone here does serve a local audience. Does it make sense to you to use local publications? And now that I do a lot of online marketing, I used to use all local publications because that's what was all that was available to me. But it was super expensive, relatively speaking, and it wasn't measurable like online marketing is. And now that, I used to spend $5,000 for an ad in Boston Magazine. So I got some good visibility, but it was expensive and it wasn't measurable unless someone mentioned it. So it's like Russian roulette. Now, if I have $5,000 to spend online, I know I'm getting return on that sucker. So you may want to consider local publications like if you're in a small area like Carbondale, Colorado, Lori, it might make sense to have some visibility in local newspapers. But again, I don't know, you have to test it, and it seems like a weak way to go when you could be much more proactive. So for brick and mortar locations, and for people that have maybe they work virtually, online directories are so powerful. And I realized the importance of these when I first started doing search engine optimization for my web design clients. Because I do WordPress web design with SEO, which is search engine optimization, so that when I create your website, I make sure the content of that website is search driven, so that if people Google a keyword phrase about you, they're going to find you wherever you are locally, like Carbondale, Colorado is an example. So if you have a location that you can put into Google Maps, you want to make sure you're listed in Google Maps, absolutely. But if you're working from your home, and Cheryl had this problem, she had her home address in Google Maps, and some people knocked on her door, which if you don't want people knocking on your door, you don't want to do that. But Google, if you can get a remote address, which Cheryl did end up getting, Google Maps still delivers excellent results. So if you were to Google like a psychic in Palmdale, California, right, Cheryl? You show up in the Google map there, right? And I should probably, let me just share that. I'm going to Google that so you guys see what I'm talking about. This is the best way to get found locally is to be a part of Google Maps, but you have to go into Google, create an account. It's free. So psychic readings, Palmdale, California. So let's see what comes up here. If she comes up, there she is right there. Hello. Okay, that's huge. If someone's looking for psychic, or maybe just a psychic, let me just try that. I know psychic readings is one of our keyword phrases, but let's just try psychic, Palmdale, California. There, she's still showing up. Okay, that, if you have no money and you don't know what the heck you're doing, you want to get on Google Maps and make sure you're using the keyword phrase for what people would use to find you. That's very important in this whole process. Okay. Google Maps is a great visibility strategy, but it's passive. It's not active. All right. It's active in that you're going to go and get yourself listed for this. Okay. Niche directories. This is another great search strategy. And I discovered this when I started working with my clients, because I started in 2009, that when I went into a niche directory, like Yelp is a directory, Health Grades is a directory for doctors in the medical profession. Psychology Today has been a very effective directory for most of my mental health professionals. That's well worth investing in that, in my estimation. House is for the home interior design building contractor business. That's hugely successful. Many of my former clients have taken down their websites, and now they have a website inside of House instead, and they're getting better results. And because of my success with directories, I had an aha moment, like, I got to do this for mind, body, spirit types. And I found, in fact, I did some searches yesterday for Linda Armstrong, one of our members. And when I do keyword phrase searches for her website and her listing in the Mind, Body, Spirit directory was hogging up page 1 of Google searches. It was almost, I felt like, whoa, we're hogging up page 1. So directories are super effective ways for beginners to get found on local Google searches. And that's kind of my genius right there, is building the network for this purpose. And general directories, like I said, are Yelp and Yellow Pages. And Yelp, you got to be prepared to get reviewed. And you also want to know, the reason I had such effective directory listings for my clients is I understood the keyword phrases that I wanted for them to get found on. So that does matter. And you need to have some awareness. If for some reason you go into Yelp or any of these and you list your business and it doesn't show up, you need to go a little bit deeper understanding how people are looking for you. Google Maps, you're going to just kind of say what you do. You're an acupuncturist, you're a psychic, you're a chiropractor. You're just going to say what you do that people would, that's really kind of how that would work. Okay. Branding helps. And Lori kind of brought it up in our earlier conversation that she's 6 different brands. And guess what? That does not help your client at all to have 6 different brands. You got to create a strategy around an edge. Like, what's your edge? What's your position? How are you helping people in general? You've got to get super clear on that. And we're going to talk a little bit more about branding with examples that I'm going to show in a minute. But you can't be all things to all people and be effective. Okay? You got to start getting really clear, concise, and consistent with images that you use, messages that you use, phrases that you use, fonts and colors, and how often you communicate your message to people. If you're going to be visible, you got to be consistent about it, because if you're like a massage therapist one day and now you're a certified medical intuitive another day, it's confusing. It's like, what does this person do? I don't know. And I had someone come on here that said they do this 1,000 different things. And I'm like, you know what? If I was your client and you told me all this, you didn't tell me what you're going to do for me. You're just throwing like Band-Aids at me or sort of, which isn't helpful. I want to know what you're going to do for me clearly and concisely, period. So an example, the Mind Body Spirit Network is going to make sure you'll look great when you get found, and you're going to get found, and you're going to generate leads, and you can stop sweating the whole online stuff. You're covered. That's what the Mind Body Spirit Network does. If you want to go deeper, we can, but I just want to get you in the door and in the game. Okay. So branding, I want to give you some examples of branding. And you can see I've kind of got a consistent image going on here. I'm using the same, I have 2 different types of ads going where there's a combination of font and images. So these are 2 different fonts, these are 2 different fonts, but I'm interspersing them to test different looks and feel. So these images have a particular feel, and I'm trying to reach ideal clients or people that want to become a part of a conscious community. They want to be conscious contributors of their expertise. And the Mind Body Spirit Network is built for people like that. People that have no interest in doing their own online marketing. And you can see the keyword phrases I've got going here. Online community is a phrase I'm going to use. Visionary marketing is a phrase I want to use because I'm having a visionary look at how can we go about marketing ourselves in a more effective and leveraged way. Conscious contributor. Most of my members like to think of themselves as conscious contributors. So you can see I'm using conscious online community marketing and high vibe tribe here. I'm calling my network members something catchy, a high vibe tribe. It says everything. It's like, whoa, high vibe tribe. I want to meet them. So let's meet them. This is my branding for my high vibe tribe. This is what I do to get people interested in the members of the network. And it's all about meet the high vibe tribe. It's all about love. There's a love fest going on here. My tagline is a community of pioneering solopreneurs, visionary thought leaders, transformational agents of change, and luminary healers. These are the words I want to use consistently so people get, oh, what's going on here? Pioneering solopreneurs, luminary healers, really? And whether you are one now or not, it's likely you are aspiring to become one. And that's what I want to kind of have. I want people to feel they can step into courage on their own brilliance and be who they want to be. So I'm using the similar fonts throughout. This funky little font is kind of fun. We're doing things a little different around here. I like that tagline. Something different is going on here. We're stirring up some love around here. There's a love fest going on. So you can kind of feel the vibe of what I'm trying to communicate here. And I'm doing it consistently so people start to recognize it. You know, the logo is in every one of these images. So we're connecting the logo and building a vibe around what's going on here. So beginners in the online marketing are scattered. They're not graphic designers, most of them, right? They don't know how to optimize an image so it looks good online. They're not using consistent language. They're using language from their point of view, like this is what I do, as opposed to speaking to the audience. Like here I'm saying, there's a love fest going on here. And if I were in the audience and interested in a love fest, I'm like, oh, really? Ooh, cool, let's go. I want to meet the high vibe tribe. What are they doing? I want them to juice me up and make me feel good. That's what I'm trying to convey. So branding matters when you start to get into online marketing or any type of printed visual marketing. You've got to have a consistent look so you're always recognizable. Though you can change looks slightly in different campaigns, which is what I did between these two. This campaign is for my tribe. The previous one is for potential members of the tribe. Okay. So I moved to the Denver area from a very small town in Colorado. And I wanted to expand my horizons because it's a pretty small community I was in. And I wanted to check out networking and see how networking worked for me and what does work for me. So in a big city like Colorado is huge with meetups, and many meetups get excellent attendance. In fact, I belong to several meetup groups that get, I would say, 50 to 100 people, 150 people show up to a group in person, which is significant. However, you've got to be able to connect with people, communicate with people, and this is really, for me, as someone who works alone, this is just more of a social thing for me. I do have some business coming from networking groups, but I'm finding the groups are not really my ideal clients, the ones that I've been going to. So you got to find a niche group that's really aligned with who you are and what you're offering, or you just go with the intention of building community and having fun. So it's up to you. If you take the ego out of the way and just have fun, networking groups can be really effective. It's all about what you're inviting in and what you're willing to invite in, and what vibe are you giving off to grow your business through networking. I do like the idea of starting your own meetup, because then you get the opportunity to be in front of someone consistently as a leader in your field. But in meetup, you got to make sure you're building community. That's their overarching requirement, is you got to be building community, not marketing yourself. And that's why I started this online meetup group. I don't want to be restricted by region, and I want to have a national audience. And I'm doing a bit of both. I don't really want to say I'm marketing myself. I love community. I love helping, and it's just a natural flow that if people want to work with me, they do. So that's, that intention works out so much better. And it's been a very key part of my visibility strategy, is to have this online group. Though I have to say it can be a little exhausting when you're the content provider every week. So I've broken that up so that more people can contribute to the group and not just be me. So building your own community can be effective. You just got to make sure you get your ego out of the way and wanting, all about me, get that out of the way and be grateful when people show up, and be even be more grateful when they want to join. It's like, oh, awesome. That's fantastic. All right. Speaking opportunities. How can you get in front of a highly targeted and relevant audience? Okay. There is pros and cons to that. You've got to get in front of the right audience, for one thing. But if you're just starting, get in front of any audience, because it's fun. And you've got to kind of lighten up and be comfortable with what you're doing. And that's what I've started to bring in here to the Mind, Body, Spirit Network, is to allow my members to speak. And Cheryl, you're coming up in May, I think, by the way. Just FYI. Did you know that? Okay. Well, you got to come up with something, honey. You're slotted. I'll send you an email reminder. You can come up with something good. You're good at it. You could do a healing prayer circle if you want, or teach a little mini class or whatever. So I'm going to stop for a moment. And has anyone here had speaking opportunities, and what was your experience with them? Would anyone like to share about that, or?
Sure, I would.
Okay. Thanks, Lori.
You're welcome. Thank you. I reached out to various wellness expos, and the one that I generated a response from was the Alive Expo in Atlanta, which is a pretty large wellness expo.
Oh.
And I spoke they had different, there were keynotes, of course, and then there were kind of branched off speakers. So I was one of the branched off speakers. The woman I had a free booth from speaking to be able to do my work.
Oh, nice.
And I spoke for, I think it was a half hour, or it might have been an hour. I don't remember. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
Gained visibility in their, it's kind of like the event program. So it did a blurb with my photo and everything else. So you have, visibility through that medium. And I just spoke about what I loved, which is transitioning people to adequate hydration.
Oh. And was that effective for you, did you find?
Out of about 50 people, I had about 5.
That's good. 10%.
So 10%.
Yeah.
So it wasn't bad, and I love speaking. So It was fun.
The more you
So it was a win-win.
Yeah, totally. I agree. I if you like to speak, I mean, it's so much fun. It is a win-win, whether it turns into something or not.
Exactly.
And I found that if it doesn't turn into anything, what's going on with me where I'm not letting them in? That's my problem. I don't let people in. I'm like, I like to wrestle it to the ground. Listen to a lot of Esther and Abraham. Like, I totally wrestle things to the ground, drag it in.
Nice.
Resistance Rita here. All right, not Rita Marsh on me. All right.
No, I know.
All right. I do love speaking, and I hope to do more. And I just like to do it for the sake of it. I don't care if people want to work with me or not. It's just fun. Because I have topics I like to talk about. So anyone else have speaking? Yeah, Deborah.
I've been studying the speaker with Speaker Venture, doing speaking. And one thing that I would like to ask the group is, for those of you who have done speaking, what is your best way of finding those speaker opportunities?
I have, we've had that come up in some of our meetup group, Deborah, and it's helpful to connect with some local meetup groups for one, for sure.
Okay.
And attend the group a couple of times before saying, hey, or you could ask, are you guys looking for speakers or whatever? Just do that. And there's an organization called what was the name of that lady who was the head of speakers that was at your group? What was that redheaded woman who I met when I came to pick you up?
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't she help with getting speaking engagements?
She does. You have to be a member of that network.
Okay. Well, that's a possibility. It might be worth being a member of that network. And then if you Google speaking organizations, but I think, everyone wants to get in front of big audiences, so that could be a challenge. I'm not sure, but I'm sure you can find ways. Your local chamber of commerce likes to bring in speakers.
Okay.
They prefer, members. But a good place to start, I feel, in Denver anyway, is to connect with meetup groups. I've spoken at 3 of them now. 3 or 4 presentations in meetup groups.
Okay.
Because I do like to bring in outside professionalism. All right, I'm running way behind on my presentation, so I'm going to move along. All right.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Webinars. This is like speaking. Webinars are great ways that you can, anytime you can be an authority on a topic, that's an easy way for people to decide whether they want to work with you or not. And I have to tell you, I've been listening to Abraham a lot lately, and I'm really getting the point that you cannot be the bridge for everybody. You may be the bridge for them down the line, so don't be disappointed if you don't get a response right away because your audience may not be ready for you. You may be prepping them for something else where they need another bridge to come in order to get to you. And I'm totally getting that. And I want you guys to get that. Not everyone that shows up at a webinar or presentation is ready for you. They're just not vibrationally there yet. So you've got to be aware of that. But if you pre-pave and intend to invite in the people that are ready for you, which, that's a different vibe. You're like, all right, I'm ready for people that are ready for me. Set the intention that this webinar is going to be for people that are ready for me. And if they're not ready for me today, they might be a year from now, and I'm planting the seed. So you got to keep that in mind, that instant gratification doesn't have to necessarily be that every time. And if you expect it with anger and frustration, you sure as heck won't get it. All right, webinars are a good way to go, but there is a way to go about marketing a webinar. And Lisbeth, I know you're doing webinars right now, and you're kind of doing just kind of visibility like within people that know you and email, right? You're not kind of paying to get visibility yet. Is that right? Right, she's not. Okay. All right, I can't tread too long here because we're running late. All right. Now, we talked about this earlier. SEO is search engine optimization. If you want to do business on the web, you got to make sure you know the keyword phrases people are using to find you. And SEO is everywhere. If you're going to write a blog post, make sure you know the topics that people want to hear about. And in order to know that, you have to do some keyword research, which you can do on your own, or you can hire someone like me that knows how to do the keyword research and help identify opportunities for you. You want to use hashtags in all of your social media with your keyword phrases, but a lot of people use hashtags and they don't understand what they're doing. They're just guessing. If I use hashtags based on my keyword research. Video is all SEO driven. Blogging is SEO driven. Social media is SEO driven. So most people hate this topic. I don't blame them. They're like deer in a headlight, like, oh my God, do I have to know about this? Well, it's nice to have someone like me on your side who can at least outline the strategy so now that you have a nice little blueprint to follow. You don't have to, fuss over SEO. Let me help you, or let me get you started. Let someone help get you started in that direction. This, however, is a passive approach, but the more you do it and the more you build out and this is where the Mind, Body, Spirit Network is really leveraging my expertise for all of you, is I have so much content that I'm building together and connecting together that it's becoming a power engine, a power authority on the web. So this is kind of my visionary marketing that this is my intuitive aha. This is how I can help everybody that hates their marketing to really be effective by putting everyone together in a group that's like-minded and has similar offerings. Okay, I'm going to run over today, but I'm not doing so bad. All right, consistent email. Some of you are already doing consistent email. Once a week is a good idea. You got to stay in front of your tribe with information, and it's not always about selling stuff at all. It's about sharing a story about your life that your audience can relate to. I always share blogs and video in my emails and events. you got to be consistent in your email marketing and just get in a habit of it, because the most effective conversion online is through the email, not through the social media marketing. Social media marketing is brand awareness and lead generation. It's not selling. Selling is coming through the email, just so you know. Doesn't have to, but that's what the stats are showing. It's a good idea to build strategic partnerships and joint ventures to help expand your visibility in exponential ways. I know that Cheryl Murphy's doing that, right, Cheryl? You're partnering with other. Why don't you tell us what you're doing?
Yes, I'm partnering with other people, and actually I'm doing more public events coming up out here locally. So I'm partnering up with other mediums. And then I'm also partnering up with other healers, whether they're not mediums, but they're on that same wavelength of either channeling or talking about frequency and vibration. So I find that I'm working with different types of people, but all in the same healing field.
And how is the turnout to the events when you partner with people? What's your experience with that?
Well, it's absolutely fabulous because, my group of people that I attract are meeting somebody new, and vice versa. So I think it's building exponentially when I do that.
Yeah, I agree. When you bring 100 people that you know, or 25 for that matter, and someone else brings 25, and now you're cross-pollinating each other, it's a beautiful thing. And that's another aspect of the network I've created here. Is like, we're bringing everybody together to cross-pollinate each other. And people may come in because they found something interesting about Cheryl Murphy, for example, but then they came across another article and a video that was really what the universe was bringing them to the website for example. So everyone is working with each other. And this is the Mind Body Spirit Network is a strategic partnership and a joint venture. So are directories, whether you know it or not, because there's way more power and leverage in directories and networks and communities than going it alone. So I'm just kind of reiterating, collaborating on events, webinars, and trainings, and that's what we're doing in our online meetups. Like, I'm giving my members opportunities to show their stuff. And I don't, if no one shows up and I'm here to listen to them, they just need an audience. That's what you need. You need to be practice your stuff, feel confident about your audience, and have someone there to support you. It's nice to have support with partnerships. And when you're sharing an event, you don't feel like you're going it alone. You have someone else you can, it just feels good. You feel more confident because someone there is partnering with you because they love what you do, and vice versa. So you already know there's love in the room, whether anyone shows up or not. All right. You want to build those strategic relationships. You got to decide what social media platform works for you best. And I'm finding that for the network, all of them are working pretty well for me, except for Pinterest, which is surprising because I love Pinterest. But I think Pinterest is really more e-commerce driven than service-based driven. But I'm building followers everywhere, and it's kind of fun. But Twitter, my followers are all marketing driven, not necessarily mind, body, spirit driven, which is a little bit of a problem because I really want to promote my members. So I might have to open up a different Twitter account for that purpose. But for now, it's good. So you got to decide what social media platform. You don't need to do them all. Absolutely not. And Facebook, if you're going to do Facebook, you got to pay Facebook to get in front of people. It's a lot of work to use Facebook and get no visibility, which kind of stinks. So Facebook in the past was a great visibility platform for shoestring budget. Now, not so much unless you have a very active Facebook group. And it takes effort to get that group, get a fire under their butt to get that group to be responsive. And I have to say our group that I have, my Facebook group, is not super responsive, except for the members that come to the meetup. People that are already engaged are the most responsive right now. Okay, Facebook groups, they build authority for you, but you've got to understand how to get people to interact. Cheryl has a super active Facebook group, her Healing Prayer Circle. because it's around a topic, you know, people supporting each other and praying for each other. It's really kind of a beautiful thing how many people are out there praying for whatever someone asks for a prayer, someone responds. It's kind of cool. So you got to think about, what do people want to interact on in a Facebook group, and can it be effective? Paid advertising. You want to cut to the chase, start paying for it. It works. However, you do need to have a strategy around it. I wouldn't recommend just diving in. And we're being successful. Our clients are having success generating leads, but now the next step is, how do you convert them? My best visibility marketing is Facebook for me. I get my best network leads and sales come from Facebook, not my networking groups, my ones that I go to around here. They're kind of weak. My better clients are coming through Facebook, which I love. Okay, so, and I'm noticing that, you know, watching everyone's Facebook campaigns that have run it, there's a lot of friggin' visibility going on. Whether it's converting or not right now, it's still visibility, and it's solid visibility, which is a beautiful thing. You, as the receiver, need to tune yourself to receive the leads and the sales. That's the bottom line. Hate to tell you. You are the creator of your own experience. And on the map of consciousness that calibrates it as true at the level of 350, which is a very powerful level. People at the consciousness level of 350 are willing to accept and know that they are the creator of their own experience. So, hate to throw that one in your lap, but it's the truth of the matter. So we all have to own our own experience. So that's how I get out of the way of like feeling bad about things not going right for people. I'm like, I'm bringing the horse to water. You got to let him in. Okay. I'm running a little overtime. So you got to have a new mindset, right? And I'm a big proponent of paid Facebook ads. I love them. It's not necessarily for everybody. Okay. It's a great business to consumer strategy and a good business to business strategy as well. But you need to understand how to go about it. And so many people I've encountered have done it on their own, have spent thousands of dollars with 0 leads. I'm like, oh my God, you're kidding me, no leads? I think some guy came to me, he said all of his savings, like $5,000 or $6,000, he hired someone to help him and got 0 leads. I'm like, how do you do that? Okay, so Facebook is not just a lead generation strategy, but a visibility one. You got to realize that social media marketing is a visibility and lead generation strategy, not necessarily a sales one. The email marketing, the relationship building is the next step. It doesn't have to be. I don't want to limit anyone to that. But that's typically how it's working. And if you think about vibration, people are kind of getting to know you a little bit by little bit until they're ready to buy. Okay. So I'm going to speed this along. This is my little pitch. The Mind Body Spirit Network was created to leverage visibility for all of its members. Because you guys won't do everything I'm telling you here to do. Most of you like hate it and don't want to do it. And I know that. So I'm like, okay, this is why I created this, because I want you to get started somewhere. So I want you to get found on page 1 of local Google searches. And Linda, welcome. I was mentioning the few results I checked for you yesterday was kind of nutty that you were everywhere on page 1 of Google searches for Law of Attraction Coach, Transformation Coach. I think I just checked text. Yeah, it was good. All right. So there's other ways you get visibility in the network, and I want to share that with you, which is for some members, I do a Q&A video interview with you, which is a whole lot of fun for me. I don't know about you guys, but I think we've all had a great time. And I'm building the High Vibe Tribe playlist on YouTube of interviews. And video is the most effective way to convert people on a web page. So if you have a video of you and you have someone like me who loves and adores and admires and has complete confidence in what you do, to validate you, that video is pretty compelling. And if you have that, and this is one of the strategies I have is on your listing pages, we have this interview video of you, which we then upload to Facebook, YouTube. We share it in 2 different blogs. We share it on different landing pages in the Mind, Body, Spirit Network. But when you have a video present on a web page, that conversion rate goes up 60 to 80%. And with those kind of numbers, you know, don't waste your time with a lot of content. Get a video in there. Okay. So another piece of visibility we have in the network is we do this cool monthly book review, group book review. And everyone, some people here have participated, Cheryl, Deborah, Linda. And I have to say, I have the best time ever. I don't know if you girls want to chime in. But I'm also finding what's interesting is that when we create this group video, again, we're creating validation as to our expertise and authority. We're working together as a tribe, right? We're a group. We're now an affiliated partnership that has some authority. And people like want to hear more from us because like we're cool. Oh, what is that? Yes, Linda.
Liz.
Yeah.
Would you want to, I'm just, there's so many of those summits out there, and that's a good way for people to hook up together.
Yes.
So maybe you want to put together a summit.
I have seen those, Linda. Yes. I would love to put together a summit for sure.
Is there a great way to get visibility and expert authority?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd have to do a paid strategy to do that, to get people to attend. We need to get a lot of people to attend to make it worthwhile. But I'm all for it. I'm all for doing live events too with the whole gang eventually. Mm-hmm. You know, we need to have some other levels of expertise here. Lisbeth, you got to go. Thank you for joining us. Okay. So I'm running a little bit behind. But so anyway, we're just mentioning the types of opportunities, and what's really effective with this book review video that we're doing is that we have anywhere from 3 to 6 people come and share a book that they're reviewing, and then we do it on video, and then we talk about it, and then we share it. And the visibility when we all share as a group is exponential. And you can't do that alone. I mean, you could if you have a big following, but when all of us share that same video, now this exponential stuff is going on, which is awesome, and it's building. Hold on, here we go. So, visibility. Are you ready to enlist the help that you need? That's what the Mind, Body, Spirit Network was created for small business and conscious solopreneurs like you guys, because you can't do this all alone necessarily, and most of you don't want to. So that's why it was created here. And I'm going to stop this sharing and see if you guys have any questions about visibility in general. So that we can, anyone have questions? Because we are running out of time. I don't want to keep you guys. I got 3 minutes and I'm happy to stay if anyone else has questions on visibility. Are we all good? Are you guys enjoying the book review videos? How you guys feeling about that?
I love the book review. 2 people spoke saying. I was just saying I love the book review.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm guilty of not sharing it. I'm going to share it today.
Okay, that's fine. Well, I didn't.
That same thing.
Well, I didn't get it to upload was the problem. I couldn't get the darn thing. I can't get my videos to upload on my page for some reason.
Oh.
So you can share the YouTube link, and actually I would share the blog link because then it exposes all of you. Have you seen the blog link page for that? Yeah. Where we feature each one of you? Cheryl, you're going to want to go take a look at that. If you go to, hold on 1 second, I'm going to share.
Didn't you give us the link for that?
Yeah, I did, but I'll show you where it is. And I'm really, if you go to the Mind, let me share my screen again. Hold on, I keep forgetting to do this. Share real quick. Okay, so if you're here under the Mind, Body, Buzz, you're going to see High Vibe Tribe book reviews. And then High Vibe Tribe TV is our Q&A interviews and any type of video that shows up. So let me go to the High Vibe Tribe book reviews, and I'll show you what one of those pages looks like, because there's an SEO strategy behind it, and it's starting to link you guys to more content, which is really awesome. So let me just move this over here.
Oh, that's pretty. Oh,
yeah, it is pretty, isn't it? You can stay unmuted. Okay, so here's the landing page. This is going to be the most recent High Vibe Tribe video is here. So they're going to show up, all of them, in different ways. I'm working on the branding on this right now to see what I like. And then if you click on it, the video will show up here. And then each one of you that contributed is getting a little piece of real estate, which is all then linked to your Q&A video. It's linked to blogs. It's linked to your landing page. So there's opportunity. I'm sharing you in all over the place that you are in the network. You're getting shared here. Okay, so this is a SEO strategy that's super powerful. And outside of the fact that the group video alone is powerful, and it's really lining you up as a, and for you newbies, you pioneers of the Mind Body Spirit Network, you're going to be like, you know, the thing. The fajizzle of the Mind Body Spirit Network. You're going to be my future leaders, by the way.
All right.
I'm just telling you, you know, when I need leaders, you're going to be there for me. All right.
Of course.
Yeah. So this is just some of the visibility opportunities. And then we also have, I want to show you guys High Vibe Tribe TV. There's all these landing pages where you as members that are participating are showing up, which is building deep connections, big time. So here's High Vibe Tribe TV, which this is a fun picture too, if it would load properly, which while I'm recording is having a hard time loading. So here's High Vibe Tribe TV. Mm-hmm. The first bunch of interviews is our Q&A ones. Anyone that was a Q&A with me shows up first. And then ones that are just like book reviews or some other, like your webinars. I don't know why Deborah's is, no, here's, Deborah, your webinar should be in here too. I'll have to go find it. Anyway, I'll make sure it gets in here, but the webinars that are being recorded are going to show up on High Vibe Tribe TV under other High Vibe Tribe videos. And again, if I click on this, it's a blog post for you. And then there's a lot of interlinking and hyperlinking going on. Like, so this is Linda's. You know, we put beautiful pictures in here. We want to make sure this is beautiful. And you can see, this is some of her keyword phrases. Law of attraction. It links to a law of attraction blog or lead magnet. Limiting core beliefs. That goes to another blog I know that she did. Transformation coach and energy healer. This is linking to her landing page. So there's a lot of interlinking going on here. And she's also getting linked to other members. We got to interlink you guys. So if there's a keyword phrase like for Deborah, if there was a keyword phrase in here for something Deborah did, I would link her because you want to cross-link and cross-pollinate in SEO land because it's all, and then there's this beautiful, you know, here's our presenter. Here's schedule. So if you guys, you would not do this on your own. Most of you. Linda could do it, I know. All of you can do it.
I could do it, but I wouldn't.
Exactly. So that's why we're doing it here. It's like, you know what? And this was a bonus. When you guys do the webinars, you're getting a lot of bonus stuff. That's for sure. And Deborah, I know we have yours here. I don't know why it's in the High Vibe Tribe. I'll make sure it gets in that landing page. But okay. I want you to realize there's a heck of a lot of stuff going on here for you guys. And I'm leveraging all of us. And it's kind of fun that it's starting to really, traffic is really starting to pick up, which I'm loving. And people are landing on your pages in my stats. People, all of your pages are getting a lot of visibility. And the more active you are, the more visible you are. Yes, Deborah.
Okay. This is a lot. I'm grateful for you doing this. This is actually a lot. And I think that what might be a topic that might be helpful for me is to understand how I can best leverage all of this work that you're doing. Because, you know, like we said, I haven't put this on any of my pages, mainly because, or partly because, some of the times when I try to do it, I'm not successful.
What do you mean?
You know, like if I try to put a link on my Facebook page, I'm not successful. It doesn't go on there right. Or if I try to put it in an email, I'm just not doing something right. And so even if I could just take a little bit of a, you know, 15, 20-minute thing of, okay, gang, you're the high vibe tribe. When this happens, this is what you should be doing to leverage this the best. And this is the actual step by step, because all of this amazing work is going to wait. I mean, it's not going completely to wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not really utilizing it as much as we can. And I think partly because of my lack of education on how to embed this stuff in these.
Yeah. Well, I've already decided I want to make instruction videos just for you guys. So when you're ready to do a blog, you're going to go to the video and I'm going to take you through the steps. How to, you know, what's the title going to look like? How you're going to link, all of that. I'm going to take you through the steps. How do you add an image? So you guys know how to do it, because I want you guys to blog, because man, we're getting visibility. The more people that contribute, the highest contributors are getting the best visibility right now.
Right.
Okay. You're getting a lot, Deborah, because you're running ads too. You're getting a lot of visibility. So I don't want you to be discouraged, because you're building the vibration under the foundation. You got that vibrational foundation building right now.
Right. And I feel confident that when I'm ready with what I have to offer, then it's going to be a go. But
yes. That's the only hurdle that's a little in the way.
I promise to post a blog this week.
Oh, good girl. You guys know how to share a blog, don't you, or not? Do you need a quick? All right. Let me just show you real quick. If anyone needs to leave, please do, but I'm going to share this real quick. All right. So let me get here. All right. So here's Linda's blog. And this thing is in the way. The share. Okay, here we go. So up here is the URL. See how it turned blue when I grabbed the URL for that? So it turns blue and I copy it. So Control C if you're on a PC, Command C if you're on a Mac. All right. And then I'll go to Facebook or wherever. And I just share the link. So make a post. I'm just going to sit right in here in the post. Facebook is still loading. Hold on. I'm going to do Control V, paste the link. Now it's there. And Facebook is dragging, and it could be because I'm recording this, should grab the image and the content from that page. Here it is.
Right.
And I did not set a featured image for this one, Linda, by the way. So
I like that image. That image is great.
It is great. It works. But there's two here. So there's two images going on with this one. All right. So then in front of that link, I would say, I want to share this powerful energy healer with you, who will help you with those darn core beliefs.
Limiting beliefs.
Yeah, core limiting beliefs.
And you can take that URL out and the image, it'll still be there if you don't want to show the URL.
Well, it should turn into a smaller when you post it.
Yeah, I know. A lot of times I'll just get rid of the URL and just have the thing to click on.
It'll stay?
Yeah.
If you remove the URL, really? I'm afraid to do that.
Remove it right now and it'll go.
All right.
May I?
Yes.
If you have one line space in between,
yeah,
your URL will automatically hide.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let me do that. Okay. So I'm going to post it and let's check it out. And I can tag Linda in it because she's in it. So if someone's your friend, and I know Linda's my friend, I'm going to tag her because I want her to get flagged in here. And I know Deborah, she didn't attend this one, but maybe Cheryl did. So I want to tag people that I know were that I know were at the webinar, as an example. And now this is going to flag their account, and Cheryl and Linda to say, oh, I'm going to now share that to my group. This is how you get people to viral it for you. Make a comment. If you guys make a comment on your own thing, now it's getting better visibility on Facebook. It's going to come up higher in the news feed. That's when you involve people in it. So I'm going to post it.
And make sure to like everybody's comment, like or love.
Right. So you're right, Kana, the link is gone. See this post? I don't see the link, but it is linked. You can see that the hand is showing up. When I click on it, it's going to bring me to her blog page. And then I definitely would comment here and like it, and then share it to my group or another page. This is where I'd start sharing it. Like, and I'm friends with Linda, so I just go, oh, I'm going to share it with Linda. I'm going to share it to a friend's timeline if she'll let me. We'll see. Not all friends will let you. Let's see. I think she does. Whoops. Yep. Hey, woman. Share this. Right? This is how it goes viral and starts to get interesting. Is you start sharing it with people that you know, especially if they're in it. And
Liz,
will share it in her Facebook pages and her personal stuff.
so when you tag someone, when you tag me, that means it goes to my email, and that means I'm alerted to help share.
Yes.
That's the purpose of tagging.
Yeah.
Is to tag your it, now share. Right?
Now, have you noticed that? I do tag you guys. Have you guys know? I mean, sometimes it's hard to be aware that you're getting tagged.
Sometimes
But when you're tagged, when you tag me, doesn't it automatically go onto my timeline?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think only if I share to the timeline will it go to your timeline.
sometimes
If you tag them.
sometimes you have to allow it in your timeline review.
Okay, so you got to check your settings.
Yeah,
Like,
my settings already just automatically puts a tag on my.
because like I don't think Laura, I can share with you anymore. I think you block that, or Kana does. Kana, I think
I always review.
yeah, it won't even let me send it to you though.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it says I'm not allowed to share something with you, which
No way.
yeah. So check your settings.
Log, and then I review whether I want them
Like,
to be.
watch, let me show you. I'll try to share this with you. Share on a friend's timeline. I'll show you what it does. Kana Kupota. And then I say, hey, Kana, share this. And then I hit post. Kana doesn't allow people to post to their timeline. You can try sending her a message instead.
Huh. It usually, if you do that, it usually come to my activity log, which I can review, and then sometimes you get some like sunglasses or some kind of different spam tag.
You probably got the message, Liz, but Kana will just have to go and allow it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is not a message. This is a sharing to the timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you try it?
Yeah, I just did it, and it's not letting me, so I don't know if it's going to show up for
Oh,
you.
it still doesn't?
If Kana goes to her Facebook page, probably she can okay it.
Yeah, take a look at that.
And by the way, Liz, yours goes right to my page. I don't have to review it. It goes right.
Yeah,
there.
mine too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like
It
that.
depends on your settings.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I tag you girls, it posted to your personal page.
Yeah.
All right, that's good to know. Yeah, but it is all controlled by settings. There's so many settings you got to figure out, you know.
That's strange. I do get other tags in my activity log.
Well, maybe I'll tag you. Let's see what happens if I tag you in this, which I don't think I can do. I can
Maybe in a comment.
Oh, okay. I'll say Kana, would you, or I'll just say Kana, whoops, I gotta make sure I get you.
Yeah, there you go.
Check this out and see what happens.
Liz, may I ask a question about blogging?
Please.
So I've written about three blog articles, and I've been using the platform of Medium. Am I better suited to write the blogs actually on my particular website?
Well, Medium is a big community, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, you're going to get more visibility there, but you got to understand search.
So can't she just rewrite it a little bit different and put it on her website as well?
Yeah, she can, but I don't know, you know, you got to know what you're doing when you're blogging. You got to understand search. Do you understand search?
No, I just write the articles just basically to write them and share information.
So, I mean, that's valuable as long as you need a traffic driver to get people to find them. Because if there's no SEO awareness in how you're writing, how's anyone going to see it unless they know you and they find your website? Like people that write blogs, you know, the blogs that are in the network or blogs that I would write are based on keyword search that I know people want information about.
Okay.
And I know the language they're using. So if you're helping people with chronic pain, I know that you could write a blog about chronic back pain for sure. The volume is huge.
Yeah.
But you've got to intersperse other keyword phrases that are related in the structure of the blog, and there's a way to format it so it's going to get found. And the only way you're going to get found is also understanding that you got to use local, like Carbondale, Colorado, Aspen, Colorado. You got to say somewhere on there, like a little, what I call an SEO footer bio that says, I'm Lori Lynn Spencer. I help people with chronic back pain, and I work with people in person out of my office in Carbondale, Colorado, but I serve the surrounding communities of Basalt, Aspen, Snowmass, and Glenwood. That is key to getting found by anybody. You're not going to get found. You're not going to get found on a Google search for chronic back pain because you don't know what you're doing, and it's a highly competitive. There's only 10 slots on page 1 of a Google search, and I can assure you that people with a lot of dough have that position.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So there's a strategy. So you're not, I mean, I have a service that I'm not here to. I just want to let you know it's available, where I do keyword research for you and develop a content strategy for you, so you can stop spinning your wheels writing blogs for which there's no search, possibly. Right? You're writing about something that only has 10 searches a month of interest. That's it. As opposed to irritable bowel syndrome, which has 500,000 searches a month. You're way more likely to have that thing seen than something else.
Makes sense.
All right. And I just try to prioritize where to spend your time based on the types of chronic pain you want to help with that you're good at, you know? So
that could be a meetup. Just to do basics of blog writing and how to add your SEO.
Well, I've kind of done that. I have done that, and I'm just going to do a video instruction for my members because I'm not going to give away all my expertise. It's like, no, I'm not doing that. But luckily, most people don't want to do it, so I'm not really. They're like, they'll do it, and they're like, oh, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Right? They'll do it, like, oh, this stinks.
Right.
Or I, on the other hand, have a hell of a good time doing it. So it's all right. Any other questions, you guys?